and as we say, take your place in the sun. There is a small AV. We would want to bring Japan to India. Can I have the AV, please?
Attention passengers, Godrej Sora welcomes you. The next station is Gurgaon. All doors will open on the right. Thank you.
So Sora comes to Gurgaon. Now, what all do we have in Sora? Sora के बारे में we've been talking a lot. हमने एक डेक बनाया था, हमने बहुत सारी चीजें आप लोगों को दिखाई, हमने प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में बहुत सारी बात करी. टाइम ज़्यादा नहीं लूँगा, फटाफट आपको इस जर्नी में लेके चलता हूँ. And I'll show you what all this project has. So it has 8 rays of the sun. These are the elements that I'll be covering. I'll start one by one. I'll first start with accessibility, the road. And I think अगर इस रोड के बारे में पूरे इंडिया में किसी भी रियलिटर को बताने की जरूरत है तो फिर वो रियलिटर या तो नया है या फिर वो इंडिया में नहीं है. So this is the prime location, the most buzzing location in India on the golf course road, sector 53. And if you look at it, this is the most prosperous zone in India. बहुत सारे लोग, इनफैक्ट अगर आप एनआरआई में भी बात करोगे, अगर वो इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं नॉर्थ की तरफ, तो सबसे पहले वो नाम लेते हैं गुड़गांव का, दूसरी बार वो नाम लेते हैं ऐसी जगह का जहां से उनकी कनेक्टिविटी दे नो इट्स फ्लॉलेस. एंड थर्ड थिंग ऑब्वियसली दे टॉकिंग अबाउट समथिंग व्हिच रेजोनेट विद देमसेल्फ इज समथिंग व्हिच इज इंटरनेशनल लाइक सोरा. बट यू नो, हम सबको ये चीजें पता है, हम धीरे धीरे भूल जाते हैं क्योंकि जैसे मैंने बोला हम रियलिटर्स को पता होना चाहिए, पर कई बार कस्टमर्स को नहीं पता होता है व्हाट ऑल things are in and around this place. If you look at the kind of schools it has, Shiv Nagar, Shri Kamaravli, in कुछ schools में लोगों के बच्चों के admission लेना एक aspiration है, but the major criteria that they have is the kids should be in and around from the vicinity. If you go to these schools, ये मुझे इससे पता है because my daughter recently applied and we found out कि ये challenge है that you should be living in the vicinity, and then only people can take admission in these kind of schools. Then all the hospital ranges, from Fortis to Paras to Artemis, every hospital in and around gives you safety and security for all the elders, kids, even you for the matter of fact. Then you have all the business infrastructure that is there, the best of I think commercial infrastructure that exists in India, I would say exists there. We have also Godrej GCR, which is currently the most expensive lease property in North India, and yes, a lot of good commercials, a lot of good malls. So the ecosystem is ready. We know this road, we know this golden mile, we know this overall stretch that is defining the real estate from last 2-3 years, and people are looking forward to buy it. So this is our first phase, the accessibility. I'll move forward. What is our philosophy? The philosophy is Shibui. The word is new, the word was new to us as well. But when we were talking about luxury, we decided what exactly is the luxury. Is luxury only flamboyance? Is luxury when we go out and show whatever we have in our pockets, is that luxury, or is luxury very subtle? It's not on your face, it's very gentle. So people who are rich, they're rich. हम कहते हैं ना कि जो लोग रईस होते हैं दिखाते नहीं वो होते हैं. That is the pure concept that Japan has, which is by the name Shibui. That it is a very subtle luxury. You have it, you know it, you experience it. It's not flashy. It is in your day-to-day life. Think of it, if you have a shirt, maybe let's say golden color की चमकी shirt आप daily नहीं पहन पाओगे, maybe in the party once in a blue moon. But if you have very good shirt, very comfortable, very good cotton, you might wear it daily. That is the kind of place that you would want to live in, right? That is what is in easy language Shibui for you. So with this, I'll show you the concept AV. This AV will tell you the thought process that went behind designing this beautiful project. Can I have the AV, please? वैसे तो इस वीडियो से मेरे सारे sons already explain हो गए, but if you look at the video, you will understand that it is not just a product; it has been deeply thought product. किसी भी चीज को अपने कस्टमर्स के सामने लाने से पहले, किसी भी प्रोडक्ट को अपने चैनल पार्टनर को बताने से पहले, we do a very deep dive and we try to understand कि how can we justify the value that the customers are looking for, and उससे भी ज़्यादा important है क्या हम वो actually impress कर पाते हैं. So this actually translated the thought behind it. Now I'll come to the ray of influence, the Japanese theme design. What it is, as I said, Shibui. It is the practical use of the luxury. Then we have, the design language that is inspired from Shibui will translate into a house which is not cluttered. The lobbies which are not cluttered. You can put in a very heavy sofa set in some places and you will suddenly realize the space is crowded, it is cluttered, and that is what it breaks. So Shibui breaks that thought process. It is a deep integration of nature with your house, wherein you can relish both the worlds. You actually experience sun, and obviously the green part of it with an environment which is good for your mind as well. I absolutely love this. If you look at it, this is a pure integration of Torii Gate. There is a legend about Torii Gate when the bombing in Japan happened and the whole town of Hiroshima was destroyed, or sorry, Nagasaki was destroyed. The only thing standing was this Torii Gate. And this signifies the strength of Japan, which we have integrated in Sora. Obviously, flora inspired from cherry blossom. All the flowers and everything, whichever will be there in the project, will be inspired from the plantation that usually grows in Japan. It will obviously have an integration with Indian flora, because not every plant that grows there will grow here, but we'll have an integration wherein you will experience the theme of Japan. In fact, even if you visit our experience gallery in Sector 54, you will experience some of the elements there. Sunken sitting, it is, if you look at the pictorial representation, it shows you the kind of subtleness it has. A sunken setting wherein you can have a private time in a social place is the kind of place that will be dedicated to it. With this, I will take you inside Sora. You will experience how exactly it looks like, what all amenities are there, and how a person who will be living in Sora will enjoy their day-to-day life. Can I have the AV, please? I think many of you have been working. आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों ने check उठाया है. Thank you so very much for that. I think this answers a lot of queries that you would have had कि project के अंदर क्या क्या है, green area कितना है, कैसा दिखेगा. This is the first look that we have unveiled. Moving to the next ray of sun that we will talk about is mindfulness. So what we talk about is when we talk about Japan, we talk about a lot of Zen garden, a lot of spaces where you can meditate. Japan is known country wherein people take care of their mental health properly and they're very focused towards it. And then we have dedicated a lot of areas inside the project. We will talk about the mindfulness, the places where you can sit, relax, talk to your peers, but do yoga, meditate, all that things as well. These are the residences which will have the dual view of sunrise and sunset. These are two side open residences. So as I said, while we are talking about sun, the Japan is known as the country of rising sun. I should have told you that before as well. But all the units inside the project would have both the views of sunrise and sunset. Actually, it is very very important. अगर आपका कोई भी कस्टमर कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट लेने आता है वो सबसे पहले ये पूछता है कि घर में धूप आएगी कि नहीं है. And these are the kind of apartments that everybody aspires. And this is the very important part of it because what exactly is luxury? Luxury is when you are able to enjoy nature without compromising anything. When you have something which is that exclusive that nobody else holds it. And third and very important thing, which defines actually true luxury, is privacy. If you look at it, आप अपने दिमाग में जैसे एक एग्जांपल ले लो. Why is business class more expensive than any other class in an airlines? Why private viewing of a movie is more expensive than public viewing of a movie? The reason is very simple. It is exclusive and private and personal. Anybody who aspires to live a luxurious life, the bottom line that they have is first is privacy, along with it is exclusivity, and that is what you get in Sora. My next thing that I would want to talk about, a lot of you have been asking us this, is the clubhouse. It's a cheeky clubhouse, not cheeky, but cheeky. Means 4 seasons. This clubhouse is for all the seasons. It covers every aspect of your life in an year. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप इसको किसी मौसम में यूज कर पाएंगे, किसी में नहीं कर पाएंगे. We have tried to capture everything that our customer needs, which will give them a very healthy lifestyle as well. So I'll start with the elements of the clubhouse. It is triple tiered clubhouse, a special yoga place wherein, as I said, mindfulness is in the core of Japan. We have dedicated places for that. Then we have indoor onsen. This is one of the biggest USPs of the project. It is all-weather pool, which is inside. It has a natural theme. If you look at the renders which we'll be sharing really soon, it is made from stones. It has a lot of dark finishes, as if you're swimming inside, amidst the nature. And the idea is your body is rejuvenated throughout the year. The temperature is such which heals you, and that is what onsen pool stands for. Then you have another rooftop pool as well. A lot of people would want to have exuberance coming to them. So yes, rooftop pool is there. A pedal court, the game that is taken internet by the storm, if not health by the storm. Pedal court is need of the hour. We have the pedal court, we have gymnasium, we have spa, we have sculpture staircases. We're taking care of inside design of the project as well. The staircases, this is the actual render how the staircase will look like inside the clubhouse. We have squash court, then we have the badminton court as well. So there are a lot of other amenities also, but I have tried to cover which usual question comes to us. इसके अंदर है क्या क्या? So these are all the elements that are there inside the club. Now I will talk about the most important side of things, that is the space, the bliss of space that you need to know. इसके अंदर what are the luxury things that you can talk about and resonate it with? The one and the most important thing is the minimum size, the length of actually the balcony is 50 feet. अगर आप जब यहाँ से अंदर आ रहे थे, if you look at on that side there is a corner, I'll just talk about that. उस पे 50 feet का length बना हुआ है. Another reference for you is अगर आपके साइड में अपने सोरा के फ्लैग्स देख पा रहे हैं, ये टोटल लेंथ 50 feet है. घर के अंदर जो मिनिमम साइज, the length of balcony is कि जब मैं सन की बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं सारे मौसम की बात कर रहा हूँ, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द काइंड ऑफ फ्रीनेस दैट यू विल गेट इन योर हाउस। आप इतनी बड़ी बैल्कनी से उसको एंजॉय कर पाएंगे, एंड दैट ऑल्सो, वो बैल्कनी किसी को ओवरलुक नहीं कर रही होगी, इट विल हैव एन एक्सपांस फ्री व्यू। Obviously, as I said, luxury is very private, so you have private lobbies, and every apartment has 2 lifts, private elevators taking them to their own unit. There are in totality 5 lifts. There are luxury floor finishes. Once we talk about the height, obviously it becomes really important. हम इस रूम में बैठे हैं, हमें खुला खुला क्यों लग रहा है? इतने सारे लोग अगर इसकी हाइट में कम कर दूं, you will feel cluttered and claustrophobic. The only idea is once you increase the ceiling height, you get that airy feeling inside your house, and that is what we have. 3.4 meters floor to floor height, a large living space. जापान के घर में और हमारे घर में बस ये डिफरेंस है कि वो लोग लिविंग स्पेसेस को इतना बड़ा नहीं बनाते और हम लोग बहुत बड़ा बनाते हैं. So we have taken that in mind and we have curated 380 to 600 square feet के large living spaces inside the apartments. Obviously some top-end toiletry fittings, Godrej Sora is there, and yes, the windows are by Suko. It's a German brand. This brand is known to integrate and create its own windows. ऐसा नहीं है कि विंडो किसी और ब्रांड से है एंड जो आपका फ्रेम है एल्यूमिनियम का है, पीवीसी को कोई और बना रहा है, उसकी फिटिंग कोई और कर रहा है. Suko does all that and it is one stop shop for an integrated window, and trust me on this, there is no noise when it comes to it. गुड़गांव में इतनी तेज हवा चल रही है, पर once you are there inside these windows, there is no noise coming from outside. I take this time out. मैं आपको एक और चीज दिखाता हूँ. मेरे को पता है आप में से बहुत सारे लोग बाद में बाहर नहीं जाएंगे, but if you can follow me, if you can follow me, I will come to this product deck. It's a beautiful deck that we have created. आप अगर यहाँ पे आएंगे, you will see a lot of things. जिन चीजों के बारे में हम usually बात नहीं करते, वो आपको यहाँ पे देखने को मिलेंगी. I'll start on this side. It's written customizable unit plans. What does this mean? This means कि इसके घर के जो हमारे layouts हैं, इसके अंदर जितनी भी walls हैं, though it is aluminium shuttering, usually we call it my one, it's a brand name, but aluminium shuttering की जितनी भी walls हैं, they are flexible. You can actually change your house. आप अपने घर का layout change कर सकते हैं. If you are living in your house for let's say 5-6 years, आपको घर को change करना है, why just redo the paint? You can redo the whole layout. आपको सब रेफरेंस लेआउट्स यहाँ पे मिल जाएंगे. यू विल अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट फ्लेक्सिबल लेआउट डज टू यू. इट कम्स एट अ वेरी हेवी कॉस्ट टू अस, बट वी वुड वांट दिस फीलिंग टू गो टू आवर कस्टमर. दे शुड हैव समथिंग न्यू कमिंग टू देम. Then once we come to this side, you can actually come and experience the kind of marble in the common areas would be there inside the house, along with the hardwood flooring that is there. You can come, touch and feel this. This would play the essence of the project, and you can come and look at the videos that we have played, the walkthrough, understand whatever it is. Now, this is very important and very precious to us. In this part, you will see the sqft paint. These two slides, if you see, come and touch it. This is not a sheet, it's a paint. It's one of the most expensive paints in the world, and what kind of texture finishings it will have. You will come and see a cotton sheet which will be used in the facade, and all the stones that will be used in common areas of the lobby and outside. And lastly, as I said, Godrej Sora, you can come and experience the touch panels that will be there inside the apartment and living area and common lobbies. Living areas and master bedroom. And then you will have the toiletry fittings to touch and feel. Pick it up. Once you pick it up, it is really heavy. You will realize the quality that Godrej Sora brings along. So it is very important. I would want you guys to come here, experience it, touch it, feel it. Then only you will understand what quality of marble are we talking about. What does wooden when you say hardwood floor finishes, उसका मतलब क्या होता है? हम हमेशा आपको प्रेजेंटेशंस में दिखाते हैं, बट अगर आप वो चीज एक्सपीरियंस नहीं करेंगे तो कभी आपको ये चीज फील नहीं होगी. और मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली, ये जो पूरा वुड का वॉक है, दिस इज एग्जैक्टली 50 फीट एज वेल. वहां से वॉक करके देखिएगा कि 50 फीट की बैल्कनी का एक्चुअल में मीनिंग होता क्या है. With this, exclusiveness, limited edition, Landmark, why we are calling it limited edition landmark is because it has only 244 residences. सिर्फ 244 घर हैं, only 244 लोग इसके अंदर रह पाएंगे with all the amenities that I talked about. 2 units to a core, privacy at its best, both side open apartments. It has 5 high-speed elevators. One is service, 2 is private for the residents. When I say 2 for 2 units, so technically 4 plus 1 service. And then, very important, the array of partnership. We have 3 important partners in this. First is Hafiz Contractor. I think you would know the name. It's one of the biggest in India. And we are working with Hafiz Contractor and Oracle as landscape consultant. I'll take you through what was their thought. They also wanted to be here because of rain. We could not schedule their visit to this place. But they have sent their videos. Have a look at and understand what was the thought running in their head when they were designing this project. Can I have the AV, please?
Every project must exude that concept of comfortable living in its own way in Gurgaon and the NCR region. A lot of projects tend to announce themselves through a great degree of excess in their architectural style or in their landscaping and interiors. And here the approach was pretty much the exact opposite. The idea was to create quiet, inclusive luxury, and that's the defining design statement for the entire Godrej Sora project. So when we started conceptualizing Godrej Sora, one of the ideas was to embrace the warmth and the comfort that human beings tend to get from a certain color palette. When you enter the project, the kind of materials that are used, limestone on the lower levels, that limestone gradually moves into different textures of grey, white and brown. Just enough to get the right dose of aesthetics. It's all about mental peace and being calm. That sort of augured very well with Japanese culture. When we chose the Shibui philosophy, we did a bit of research. It's basically subtle beauty. Subtle beauty is something that you look at and you feel, but something that doesn't want to announce itself. So it's all about using the right kind of materials to ensure translation of it through an architectural medium. So the clubhouse Shiki is really designed in a very transparent structure which sort of breathes between the inside and the outside. So it's almost like when you're inside, that entire green space is your private garden. And that's why the clubhouse had to be designed as a very open structure. True luxury comes when you can be in the privacy of your home and you can choose to be in a public space when you need to. You can have inverted the elevators in such a way that every home got a private lift lobby. So from the ground floor, once you get off from your car, once you move through the transition of the main lobby and you enter your space, you are in complete privacy. But the lobby, there's this very quiet water curtain that you can just about hear it and see it, but it's not in your face. All the buildings are elevated on tall stilts. You have these fantastic breezes blowing across the building and all the apartments are overlooking. I think these are the things that make the difference and these are the things that stand out in the design. The Godrej properties team was very clear in their vision. And because of that clear communication, it was easy to design a building having that same aspiration. And all in all, it's been a wonderful journey. All of that has come together in quite a pleasant way.
Who better than our architect telling you what the vision of the project he had, how he has designed. I think nobody can tell it better than him. Moving forward, we will also introduce you to an AV which talks, about the landscape that we have from Oracle. They would also want to, interact with you through this AV and tell you what they thought while designing the landscape of this amazing project. Can I have the AV, please?
have we ever thought that a composition that an architect creates is capable of giving you either peace or a completely different feeling of dynamism? So with that mind, we started the work, and that is what Godrej Sora is all about. There are two themes which are very, very peculiar to Godrej Sora. First was the idea of peace and tranquility. The second aspect is the idea of alluding to the universe, the metaphorical constructs that are present in constructing or in designing the landscape. Rocks here would not just be objects. Water is not simply an element to beautify a landscape. That's our moral duty as landscape architects to imbue this project with. In the Japanese culture and tradition, everything just blooms simultaneously in a particular season. How that works is when we choose trees or shrubs or ground covers or any other plants, we choose them as a mass rather than as a specimen. And that's the whole idea of introducing color within a very serene, peaceful, verdant atmosphere. In this landscape, there is a rectangular space, what I call the meditative court, which is surrounded by a shoji grill and has a beautiful pavilion inside the center of the court. In front of this court lies the two water features with cabanas. These cabanas are also endowed with wind chimes, and there's water below and wind chime above, you sitting in the center, sky seen from the trellis. That's the world that we enjoy. We must remember that the landscape always transforms as the day passes on. How we design illumination in the landscape is that we rarely wish to see the source of light. So sometimes a light hidden somewhere illuminates a tree canopy, the water calm and highlighted by a streak of light. That's where the beauty of the landscape with lights come out. This is where intimate moments in friendship between a father and a son, a granddaughter and a grandmother, a husband and a wife are made, and these interactions are memories for life. Sora is all about tranquility, and at the collective level, it is all about harmony. Tranquility inside breeds harmony outside, and that is what Godrej Sora is all about.
So yes, and the most, as I said, we have three partners. Now time for the third partner, and my third partner is you. Can I have a big round of applause for you guys? Let me see if you guys are very if I'm correct, right? Shoji, sorry. My right, it's Shoji. The sheet that you see is made from rice paper. This is the theme of Japan, and my product head Greta has been saying that I will not pronounce it right, and eventually it happened. But yeah, these are the real renders that we have from the project of spa in the common areas. Shoji will be there, and you will actually experience the elements of it. This is a render of the onsen pool that we are going to create. This is how it's going to exactly look like, and obviously the torii gate and the roof inspired. Very important concept, Gekan, that is there. Once you have private hobbies, what Japanese believe in is once you come to house, you just wait outside your house for some time, leave all the negativity outside, and then you enter. That is the concept of Gekan, and because we have private lobbies, big lobbies, people would experience that kind of lifestyle inside it. And obviously even the guard room, we have specifically written, even the guard room would be inspired from the Japanese theme that we have. The sunken pools, the subtle, elements like still bodies, they don't use fountains, they don't believe in a lot of hustle bustle. They use still waters and ripple effects. That is the kind of tradition that they have. These are the kind of elements that you will see. A lot of things in the sun, a lot of rays for my son, a lot of things that we have already talked about. And this is the Japanese way of life. Can I ask you to, give me a big round of applause for all my efforts? Now it's time, I think, so in Japan, for yes, they say hi. So are you ready for the next? वीडियो बना रहे राहुल, come on. Play it along guys, let's play it along. फोटो उतार के साइड में रख दूंगा, घर चला जाऊंगा. डू यू वांट मोर? कैन आई हैव द लास्ट लेग ऑफ दिस अमेजिंग इवेंट? The final price of this amazing property, Godrej Sora, is 29,999, and you have another discount of 1,000, makes your price 28,999. Your ticket size, which was 10.64, starts from 8 crores 31 lakhs only. If you look at the ticket sizes, 4 BHK, जिन्होंने 3 का दिया था वो 4 ले सकते हैं. 4 BHK starting 10 crore 56 lakhs, and the biggest for approximately 4,000 square feet 4 BHK cost 11 crores 91 lakhs only. The schemes are in front of you, और by the way ये ऊपर जो prices में discount लगा नहीं हुआ है. So calculate accordingly. These are the prices. This is the scheme. This is me Rahul Ranjan signing off. Sayonara. Thank you so much.